Hello and welcome to We're trying Peaks of Yore. This is a really fascinating game to me, both stylistically, mechanically. It's a really interesting game. It's a game about climbing. We're gonna go climb some mountains, or I don't know, hills at least. I've already climbed a couple and I've had a good time doing so. It's a tricky game. It's even a little bit anxiety inducing at times, but it's overall very charming and it's got some really cool mechanics when it comes to climbing. So we're gonna climb the Old Man of Yore up here, laddie. What's it doing? Okay, so now we have 3 ropes. I'll explain what that even means. So we're climbing a mountain. We have fairly limited controls in a lot of ways. We can move around, we can swing. There's no endurance as far as I can tell, although they might change in the future. We can jump, and jumping while we are holding onto a rock means basically pulling yourself up momentarily. We can use both of our arms, a left click for our left arm and right click for our right arm, and that's how we are going to be grabbing rocks. And then we also have the ability to put in pittons and a safety harness. And we're going to see what that looks like in a second when it becomes relevant. But for now, let's see what we can do here. I have to admit, I'm going to be a little bit rusty here because I've been playing this game with the controller. I've been playing it on the Steam Deck. And as much as I'm generally not a huge fan of playing first-person games on a controller, this one's been playing pretty well for me, so we've got some of these like brushes or bushes or whatever you want to call them. A little bit of nature has taken hold on these rocks and it makes things a little bit difficult, but not to a dangerous degree. We can also just remove them. I'm going to assume that this game is going to be motion sick inducing for some people. So if that's the case, I won't blame you for clicking away. But I do want to recommend this game if you are in any way, shape or form interested in the mechanics that you're seeing present. Now, every single climb that I've done so far has introduced some new mechanics, which I find very interesting. Obviously, we weren't just climbing. Oh no! Okay, so that's what our seagulls are doing. So it seems to me that they are temporarily scared away, and then we kind of have to take our windows. This game does seem to have like kind of time-based rocks in some ways. The last one I was climbing was a lighthouse with some loose bricks, and we were using those bricks to climb, and the bricks would basically give you a sound cue to let you know that they were falling out, and you can either use them to kind of get your next handhold, or you could just try and pull them out and do without them. But either way, it added a little bit of anxiety to the whole thing. So we're going to be a little bit quicker about this. So let's try and get rid of our brushes. Oh no. Okay. So we should be good now. So, I have to assume that as long as we're not on the nest, that the seagull is not gonna bother us. Hey, bud. Oh my god. Okay, so the seagull is just gonna be a pain in the ass no matter what. So knowing that, I'm going to use our pittons. The pittons are interesting. They leave it up to you to kind of mitigate your risks. I've only had the 1 rope so far, and we're gonna see what that even looks like. So how about right here, I'm gonna pull out my pitton. Okay, so we're throwing a pitton there. We want to put it somewhere where we can reach later. One thing we could do is just try and hoof it as quickly as we can, and then pull out our pitton and put that in there. So now, yeah, we can see that's the distance of our rope, and now we can climb it. Now we can climb our rope, and more importantly, what we should do is go and rescue our previous pitton. We want to do this without spooking the seagull, because obviously the seagull is going to continue to be a pain in the butt. Whoops. All right, so let's pull out our hammer and then pull out our pitton. There's been a lot of climbing games recently, and I'm quite liking all of them. I do wish more of them kind of made a point of bringing your legs into the whole thing, and it doesn't look like this game has much of any interaction with your legs, but that's okay. It's kind of going for its own thing. I understand what it's going for, and it makes sense that your legs are not part of the whole thing. It's going for kind of a risk reward structure, and I can kind of appreciate that. It's not really going for climbing sim. This is very much a look before you. Oh no. Okay, so let's pull out our pitton. and secure ourselves before that bird becomes a major problem. Okay, well, it looks like if you're clever, you can secure yourself. Let's try and make our way away from that seagull so we can stop spooking it. Now, you do reach the end of your rope, and that does complicate things. But now that we have more ropes, I can use a new one to nullify the old one. That does mean we're using them up, however. I think once you do a climb, you will begin to understand where you're going to need to use your pittons and where not. Like, it might be that I just kind of find a strategy that works for me when it comes to the birds, so I don't end up using the ropes early on. Okay, we're making some good progress here. Uh-oh. Come on. This little ledge is actually being a major pain in the butt. Uh-oh, no! Okay, so we lost a little bit of progress there, but at least we're not dead. There doesn't seem to be much punishment for death in this game, which is good, but I definitely think that there's rewards if you can do the whole climb without falling. It does make a point of letting you know in the stats how many times you've fallen. Make our way back up there. Do I have any pittons left? Yes, I do. Okay, so I still have a safety line. I'm trying to get that next leg, but it really seems to be difficult. Okay, let's go this way instead, I suppose. We're almost at the top. Sometimes readjusting your arms is the thing to do. I think I'm gonna use a pitton here, just to be sure, because I don't trust. Yeah, there we go. I didn't trust that bird not to ruin our progress. And now that we're in a safe position, what I can do is pull out our pitton, just to make sure that we still have a safety line. At least the nice thing about the birds is that they kind of let you know you're on borrowed time now. Yeah. So, like, for instance, it might be a good idea to pull this out, secure ourselves. We can always try to secure yourself. Maybe we can dodge them. Maybe that's the idea. What is this? Item found. That's something that we can find in our cabin later, maybe. I'm not really seeing... get out of here, bird. There is kind of a collectible thing going on in this game. It does incentivize you to explore a little bit. So it looks like I do have to try and get that. Oh, now I magically reached it this time. I don't know. Are we? Yeah, we still have a rope, so I should try and undo that. The bird's really on us right now. It looks like you can attack them. Ah, you stupid bird! All right, we made it. We made it. I'm gonna punch you, bird. They're letting me know subtly that later on the ropes are only going to be a crutch. And there we go. I really like the vibe that this game is going for. It's actually, like, mechanically quite interesting, but it's doing a couple of cool things. Like, once we bring this back, okay, there's someone at the door, but we're gonna clean this off. We can spend a little bit of time brushing it off, which this is just such a needless mechanic, but I kind of love it for that. There you go. An old climbing shoe. Must have climbed barefooted or lost it to the gulls. And now our character is going to put it up on the shelf. There's a hat I claimed from another climb. Let's see what the door is all about.
Perhaps you've seen some of the stuff left behind on Peaks by other mountaineers. If you come across a lot of those, we'll put in some rewards for your trouble.
Game aesthetically kind of reminds me of the Return of the Obra Dinn. Obviously, it's nothing like Obra Dinn, but, aesthetically. A map with special markers indicating which peaks have things you've yet to find on the route. Includes a barometer used to measure altitude and find collectibles, hotkey 5. Okay. I can see the places I've been. Paltry Peak, Greenhorns, Top, Old Mill. Those are all pretty clear of stuff, but Giant's Shelf, the next place that we're going off to, does have a collectible, so let's go check that out. I really like the UI in this game. They've just gone for something subtly bespoke or diegetic to the theme of the game.
Bloody crimps.
Barometer now accessible through belt, also usable with hotkey. So this tells us something. Tells us a bunch of things. We've got a fairly complicated looking climb here. So let's see what the crimps are all about. Okay, so now we have a time limit. So now we're gonna have to be a bit more concise about our movements. And then we can find an actual handhold. That's interesting and dangerous. It's also quite true to the actual climbing experience. There are definitely handholds that you've got a sense of real time pressure because you can't hold it forever. So it looks like we're going under this shelf. Let's see if we can't grab this. Yeah, we can, but that's gonna have a real time limit to it. So I'm wondering if it wouldn't be a good idea to put ourselves a rope here. Let's just go for it. I'm just gonna go for it. Yeah, so here's our safe spot. So I'm gonna put a pit in here. If we lose it, we lose it. That's fine. Now we have to find our next. Oh no. Okay, so we're going underneath and then up like that. So let's climb. There we go. Wonder if there's any chance we could undo that. Probably not. That's fine. Let's actually just disconnect it. Grab with our right arm so that our arm's not getting in the way. Here we go. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. No! Ah, there goes our progress. But I guess our old rope is here, so we can grab it and then try again. Okay, that's a good reason to leave a rope. One thing you can do is switch your arms. So, you know, my arm's getting tired on the crimp, but I could switch with my other arm so that it buys me a bit more time. There we go. There we go. Okay, cool. We're on the next phase. Now, I'm not sure where we're going. It looks like we're going back down and around this rock. Let's put another pit in here. Right here. And I do flail around a little bit, but it's not for lack of trying. Oh. Oh, you know what? It was the rope that was hurting me there. I didn't realize I hadn't disconnected the rope. All right, that was a little bit risky, but we made it. Maybe it would be a good idea to put a rope here, but I kind of just want to go for it. You can kind of tell which one's safe and which ones are normal crimps. So this looks like one we're going to have to swing over. So in this case, I would very much like to put a rope on just to make sure that we're not redoing everything. So we have 0 ropes left. I'm actually going to disconnect that now. Maybe I shouldn't actually. Well, too late. I already disconnected. All right, so here we go. We're going to swing over. There we go. And looks like we're swinging over to that as well. When you let go, you get a little bit of free air. And you do get quite a lot of freedom of movement in the air. Wasn't feeling very good about what I was doing there. It looks like once I grab that, I'm swinging over to that next hold. Oh, what did I grab just now? Oh no, I didn't mean to do that. Okay, what have we got going on here? I don't know what we're doing here, to be honest. Kind of looks like we can walk on that. No! Oh, actually, it seems to me that that's our collectible right there. I think we were supposed to like swing over, grab that, and then grab that. Now I do want to go for that collectible, and I don't. The problem is I don't think I have. Yeah, I don't have any more pittons left. All right, let's go for it. I'm gonna undo the line and I'm gonna grab my rope back. We're taking risks now. I'm not gonna do it unless I'm sure I've got it. There we go. So I could try and do this next one. Let's go for it. All right. So I'm confident that this is better. I like this more. So let's pull out our pitton. Wow, I'm really glad I did that. Let's try swinging over. Okay, so you can really use the rope actually. Come on. There we go. Okay, so now we're in a pretty good position. I'm going to unattach my rope and we're going to see if we can't make miracles happen here. Yes, we got it. Now, am I going to be able to grab that rope? It's a little bit high, actually. Oh, no. Can I not grab that rope now? Oh, come on. Come on, buddy. Let me get the rope. One thing we could do is we could come over here and undo this piton, because we don't need it anymore. Come over here. And I'm going to leave this piton here since apparently it's going to be necessary still. Oh, that was close actually. Nice. There we go. Get a good hold of that. All right. Well, I should have put a better piton down because apparently this one's useless. Oh, all right. Well, why don't we put one here? Actually, can I grab that? Yeah, I can grab that. That's not. Well, you know what? I think we're at the top actually. Yeah, we are. Cool. That wasn't too bad. That was the first really challenging one. It taught us that those ropes are not always going to be valid safety lines. Wonder if you can chain them together later on. So let's see what we got here. Looks like a bedroll, maybe? There we go. Small rolled up sleeping bag. Yeah. Whoever left this behind must be some kind of wild man. Nice. All right, well, I'm gonna leave it there. I will say, I'll just check what our next climb is. Evergreens and very difficult. We're gonna see how many collectibles are there. There's two collectibles on Evergreens End, so that's gonna be interesting for me. There is a DLC for this game, and I've heard that the DLC is actually as much content again as the base game. So people have been speaking very highly of the DLC. So I don't know, I highly recommend this. I picked it up at half off for like 12 Canadian, and so far I'm having a really good time with it. I think it's a really fun game. It really tackles climbing with a sense of danger, but also strategy, and I think that's working really well for it. But you let me know, what do you think of Peaks of Yore? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this, definitely hit the like button, consider subscribing for more content like this. I'll see you guys next time. Take it easy.